Hello friends, hope I'm audible on the WebEx. This is the second session of our healthy living. In the first session, we were talking about how food we can improve and how it is bad. So food is bad in two ways. One is all the chemicals in the food, and second is genetically modified food. So chemicals in the food, there is good news, there is solution. Irrespective of whatever amount of pesticides they use, there is a way to handle it. The body can handle it, but genetically modified food is not handleable. So we'll see how whatever pesticides they spray on the food is still manageable by the body. One simple example I would give is the fruit that we get, which is having pesticides on top of it, it doesn't go how much ever you wash it because it has entered into the fruit. So how much percentage of the fruit will this chemical be? 5%. The fruit is 95%, 5% is chemical. But these medicines that we take, these tablets, especially the allopathic medicine or what is called as English medicine, that is 100% chemical. That only we are taking it so confidently, and we are telling ourselves it will cure us. Small kids are given these polio drops. What is that? Polio drops is nothing but virus only. So we are injecting virus into the body, telling that the body will produce antibodies to handle those viruses when it comes in the future. So body can handle that much level of thing. So full 5% chemical which we are having, the body can handle. 100% of chemicals to this tablet the body can handle. So definitely it can also handle this 5% chemical that is there. So how is that exact technique? We will just after that we will never have an issue of having problem with this pesticide related things that we can remove out of our mind right away after today's session. So this is called as anatomic therapy. The founder is Bhaskar. His name is Healer Bhaskar. You can check his website. So I'm just typing it here, anatomictherapy.org. Most of the content is in Tamil language. He has some English content also, but it's very minimal. If you attend his Tamil, then you have more content. So somebody who can understand Tamil can attend his 5 days program. You get detail about everything. How is this human body working? What are the diseases that can come? Everything, tip of the hair to toe, everything about medicine, about body, you can come to know in this 5 day session. So I happened to attend this session sometime back, around 2 years back, and I'm trying to share whatever one of the main topic of the anatomy. So anatomy means this body. So body as a doctor. So allopathic therapy is one type of therapy. Ayurveda is one type of therapy. So different types of therapy. So this body itself is a doctor. That's what the anatomy is. To simplify it, for anatomic therapy to work for us, one thing you have to keep in mind that this body is intelligent. As far as we are thinking the doctor is intelligent, he will be patient only. Right? So not only doctor, say anything for that matter. Say we are having a car and something goes wrong with the car, we take it to the car mechanic, and whatever car mechanic tells, we have to accept it if we don't know the domain. So as far as we don't know the domain, the car mechanic will keep adding his own thing, and he'll be making business out of it. So if we'll go to replace the mirror, but he will say, sir, engine mein awaaz aa raha hai, I have to check, I have to re-oil, I have to service, because we don't know the domain. So similar thing with the doctors also. As far as we are thinking that doctors are very intelligent, we will be patient only. We will be business for them. We should also know that the body also has one intelligence. So how is that? We'll see some examples. For example, there is one mother, one lady. She's eating. It's easy to explain with the lady, so I'm just using an example. So there's a mother and in India, and she's eating idli, vada, dosa, rice, bisi bada bhat, pongal. And there's one mother who's eating pizza, burger, noodles, pasta in Italy. And there's somebody else eating something else. But the woman is eating this idli, vada, dosa, but the body is producing one child. So this child has everything, working ears, working eyes, everything. It has exact copy. So how this child is being made? Is the child being made by the mother's intelligence, or the body has one intelligence and that has made it? So even if you call the mother and ask her to draw one kidney, probably she may draw. Or you may ask a mother who's a doctor herself to draw a kidney, she may draw, but it will not be exactly 100%. So it's not that person's intelligence, the body has one intelligence. that body has made this, right? So a mother has delivered say 5 babies, and all 5 babies are having functional parts, 5 parts, everything. And the same mother, after a few years, we are telling that that mother is having a hole in the heart, and that she has to undergo an operation to fix it. The mother's body, which made 5 hearts, cannot it fix a small hole in one heart? It can, but our lifestyle is taking in a way that it's not allowing the hole to get fixed. So this body has one intelligence. We have to communicate with the body. We have to start communicating with the body, and that we have to understand. So if we do that, then we are good. So I'll give one more example before we get into the topic. So a woman, when she is going through the pregnancy phase, she'll like to eat some particular type of food. So morning she will eat that, but by afternoon she'll not like it, or she'll like some raw mango. So why is that? It's changing, because the food that is eating has a link. So for example, the lady will want to eat like raw mango because the body requires that. Tongue is the doctor in the body. So sometimes we like to eat a particular thing, tongue is never hungry for food. Tongue is always hungry for taste. Tongue is always hungry for taste. So the tongue will create a sensation which will like to have a particular type of food. Somebody will like say lemon rice. Other person will not at all like lemon rice. Other person will like only tamarind rice. So though everything is tamarind, though everything is rice, though everything is similar made of things, but the little taste is different. And the body is always wanting for the taste. The tongue is always hungry for the taste. Tongue is never hungry for food. So this way, we have to start communicating with our body. Okay, we'll see further how this is going to help. We have to communicate with our body because our body is very intelligent. No doctor in the world can give us a diet plan. The doctor will say, eat 1 chapati in the morning, 1 cup of rice in this, drink 6 glasses of water. So when they are giving all these things, whether it is applicable for a person who is working in software, or is it a person who is working in the field outside, or is it a person for a driver, is it for a manager, is it for what? Because everybody's work is different and everybody's capacity is different. Nobody in the world can give us a diet plan except our own body. Because what is happening in our body only will know. So today, say we are eating that 1 chapati, whatever as per the diet plan, 1 chapati, juice and this thing. Tomorrow we are going for a team outing, there we are playing. So that day you cannot implement the same plan. And one day you are very fully occupied with work. That day you will not at all feel hunger. So that day you cannot have a feast. Right. So how much we communicate with our body, how much we understand our signals of the body. If we do that, we are good. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
What we all experience. If we have some problems, we go to doctor. Then we have to explain, right? What is happening to you? And you have to explain. If you don't explain, you will not get anything.
Correct.
So unless you explain, he will not be able to understand. He or she will not. So this understanding of thing that is happening inside of me and communicating it that to you as a doctor is the only way of getting to the right medicine as of now in the practice.
Correct.
So this thought led me to think and go ahead with finding alternatives. So unless I communicate how the hell did he or she know?
Correct.
See, I didn't want to dread that going to the doctor because I have to explain everything. I don't want to explain, let them understand. They cannot understand. That is the key actually. At least by checking the tongue. Today they don't even bother doing all that, right?
They'll give you a big list of tests.
You just tell what is wrong with you and they write you.
Full body scan.
Just think about it. You have to explain, right? Yeah, you have to open your mouth and you have to explain. Whether you write or you speak, you have to something.
For that, first we have to understand what our body is doing.
Yes. I experienced this with my mother. She was not feeling well and she could not express properly to the doctor. So she used to tell me and I used to understand whatever I can understand and then communicate to the doctor. And in such a way that there is no gap.
Yeah, but still there will be.
There was gap. There will be. She was not being diagnosed to the extent that we expected. So that's where I felt there is a problem there.
So let's coming back to the topic. So when to eat, what to eat, how to eat. So when to eat, So we'll have our standard plan. 7 o'clock I should have breakfast. 1 o'clock I should have lunch. 8 o'clock I should have dinner. Yeah. So this is fine if our work and our mental work, physical work, our travel, everything is same. But if it is going to be varied, then the one also should vary, because the right time to eat is not 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock. It is not common for everybody. Everybody it is different. When to eat, we should eat only when we are hungry. If we follow this one thing, 70% of the problem is solved there only. We should not eat when we are not hungry. Eat only when we are hungry, because let's understand. Let's go back to our biology classes. So what is hunger? Means some acid will be produced in the stomach. When we give food and the acid is also produced, body will be able to digest the food. When body is able to digest the food in this way, the body will get all the proper ingredients. Whatever food we eat, it will become good calcium, good fat, good sugar, all those things. Only when hunger is there. If hunger is not there and we eat, what will happen? Digestion process will not happen properly. Fat will become bad fat, and this bad fat will be in the body roaming around. And since it's a bad fat, it will not be able to pass through all the vessels. I mean, the blood is a carrier. So blood is the engine which carries food after digesting to all the parts where it will be supplying everything. Blood is the connection system, railway system. From stomach, he is the guy who will connect. So blood, when it is connecting this way, if the fat is bad fat, the fat will get stuck. This fat, when it gets stuck in the heart, it is heart attack. This fat, when it gets stuck in the brain, it is stroke. Because one connection, one channel is going, and you have not put very proper oil, not very proper water, clean water. Its smooth flow is affecting. Slowly it will get stop, and one day totally stop. So when this bad fat gets stuck in the brain, it is stroke. This bad fat, when it gets stuck in the heart, it is heart attack. Wherever it gets stuck, if it gets stuck in the lung, it will be causing lung related problem. Wherever it gets stuck. So this is what is there. So doctors have used this to their advantage. How they have used it to advantage? They have demonized fat. They call fat is bad. Is fat bad? The way we have eaten is bad, and the way we have made bad fat is bad. So I'm just using the word bad fat and good fat. So if you want technical name, it is HDL and LDL. LDL is bad. So what is LDL, HDL? It's the same similar thing. Only the combinations will vary. Say suppose we can study CH, O2, all these things will be there. When it is digested properly, it will be something like this. When it is not digested properly, this guy will come here. So all food can fall in this category or that category. It's just the combination is different. The body accepts a certain combination, which we can call it as good fat or HDL. The body does not accept a certain combination, which is bad fat. Good fat or bad fat can be made by how we digest. If we solve this problem of digesting the food properly, then we will never have any disease. 70% of the problem is solved there only if you eat only when you are hungry. So we have 90 meals in a month, 3 meals a day, so 90 meals in a month, out of which if we correct 10 meals, we are done. We are good. So what will happen, I'll tell you. So 80 meals we are eating bad, so this bad fat will be there. 80 meals we are eating bad fat will be there. 10 meals we are eating properly. So the 10 meal will give us good fat, good calcium, all good ingredients. So in a house, we have good wheat and bad wheat. So which wheat we will use to make chapati? Because good wheat is available, we will make the chapati with the good wheat. Bad wheat we will throw. If there is no good wheat at all, we have to still make chapati. Then we will use the bad wheat. That's what the body is doing currently. The body knows it's a bad fat. It should not be used, but there is no other go. It doesn't have good wheat, so it goes ahead and uses bad wheat and produces chapati and gives us all the disease. So who is supposed to be? We are supposed to be, not the body. And the doctors or I wouldn't blame the doctors, because we will say my brother is a doctor, he will never give me a bad medicine. That's fine, because he as a person may be good, but what textbook he is studying may not be good. And the textbook for all the MBBS doctors is defined by the medicine companies. They sell the medicine, they make the textbook. That's the reason we have to be more scared to go to a doctor. But there is use of doctor also. There are 5% of cases where only a doctor, MBBS doctor can help. So most of the disease which comes from external, only doctor can help. So we need doctor for certain cases only, not always. 95% of the body is disease is within the body. So anatomic therapy talks about those 95. 5% of the disease which comes from outside the body, that you have to go for a doctor. For example, somebody has stabbed me with a knife. There is a bullet shot, accident, right? This cutting business, chopping business, they are expert. So these kind of things you have to go to a doctor. That will be 95% of the other things which is generated within the body, like common cold, cough, virus, all these are within the body. Heart related problems, lung related problems, hair fall, vision related problems, nose related problems, mouth related problems, teeth, infertility. We were discussing after the session. Infertility. So all these things are 95% of the problem, and these things can be solved just by making the digestion process properly. Further to explain, so we have a vehicle. If you put good quality Shell petrol, nice petrol, vehicle will run properly. If you put crude oil, it will still run for some time, and then it will start having problems. Same thing is happening to our problem. If we make sure the digestion process is proper, because that's the core of the whole thing, right? So food is the main core of the whole thing. So food, if we can make it digest properly, we are done. The good things will go into the body, and body will automatically start replacing the bad things. The 80% of things we have damaged will automatically start. So when to eat? Eat only when we are hungry. Simple. If you're not hungry, don't eat. As far as possible. But sometimes there is a team outing, there is a lunch time, after 2 o'clock you have a meeting. So we can plan for that. So this is an exercise for ourselves. So if I have to be hungry by 1 o'clock, because 1 to 2 is my lunch time, so how much should I eat in the morning so that I become hungry at 1 o'clock? This is a plan we have to do for ourselves. So in my normal breakfast, whatever I am taking, am I feeling hungry at 1 o'clock? No. Then I should reduce it, or should have early. So this is a planning for ourselves. So that 1 o'clock we will be hungry. And there will always be time like Sunday, eat when you are hungry. Saturday, eat when you are hungry.
Last time we went out a little longer.
Correct.
We could have lunch at that time, and I felt hungry with the session going on. After the session was over, I didn't really feel hungry. He can work out. I just had a few fruits. I had to take those amlas twice or thrice.
Unfortunately, we don't have today. I'll take. Okay. So when to eat? Eat when you are hungry. Okay. So hunger. So what is this hunger? So many of us don't know what is this hunger, because we have always been eating before hunger. So for one meal you skip a meal, you'll know what is hunger.
I have seen a lot of employees here.
But still I will come. So one of the philosophers told, what is the difference between human and other animals? So he told, human is the only animal which will eat when it is not hungry, which will sleep when it doesn't feel sleepy. And one more thing I cannot tell on that. So human is the only thing which will eat when it is not hungry. So other animals will not eat. If you have a pet, it will eat once it's hungry. After that, it will not eat. And that's the reason they don't have BP, sugar, diabetes, and all those things. This is only for. So when to eat? Eat when we are hungry.
Maybe the pets which are having their food habits or lifestyle controlled by humans.
They have spoiled it. They have spoiled them also.
They will not have any health issues. They might have fought with each other, with their relatives or there. But normally the veterinary doctors are making huge money because of the pet doctors.
Because we have spoiled them also.
You will feed all the pedigree only, not the stuff.
Correct.
Like people are more of America, there are shops, big malls selling
Just only for pet food.
Everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Sarjapur Road, there's a doctor who has 4 clinics. He runs between clinics. I don't have time. You have to take appointment for a pet. For treating a dog, he's going to Koramangala, he's going to JP Nagar, then coming to Sarjapur Road. He has 4. Prescribed medicines, you can buy it there, pets, everything. Yeah.
Everything is
Big business.
big business, big business.
Just imagine humans. For pets, it is like.
Correct, correct. Our case is even worse. So what to eat? So here's the good news. You can eat whatever you want. So, to begin with, you can eat whatever you want. The only thing is I'll tell a few set of rules you should follow. The first rule is eat when you're hungry. So, if I have to become a healthy person, should I give up my pizza? Should I give up my burger? No. Chips. You can eat. The only condition is eat when you're hungry, and then a few set of steps that will come up. So eat whatever you can eat to begin with. Then we will see, based on the body, we have to start listening to the body. So slowly we will gradually reach there. But to begin with, you can eat anything. Just eat when you're hungry. That's it. Because the hunger, the acid produced in the stomach, hunger, it is so powerful that it can melt iron. Iron nails, if you put it can melt that. But only thing is we are misusing that. We are using it for the wrong things. Right?
In Sanskrit also they say Jatharagni.
It's a fire. It's literally called as a fire. Then we can ask how it is not burning our stomach. So the design of the body is such that there is a layer of a thing which is like sticky, which doesn't.
Burn, right? You get
Yeah. So that is the protective layer which is just protecting us. And so nowadays, I'm sure most of the people will be having digestion related problems, right? If I eat outside, I start getting burning sensation, or otherwise also I get acidity, burning sensation. All this is because we have misused that fire. This is creating problem for us. We have eaten when we are not hungry, or when we are hungry we have not eaten, or we have eaten only acidic food. Food or matter has two properties: acidic and alkaline. So acidic alkaline should be in balance. If we keep on taking acidic food, then the body will have problems. So what is this acidic food? Any cooked food is acidic food. Any cooked food, it will be acidic in nature. It varies. More masala, more spice, more non-veg, it's higher in acidity. Less spice, less this thing is lesser in acidity, but still acidity. Any cooked food is acidic in nature. We cannot live with that. We have to take that. No problem, take it. But to balance it out, take alkaline food. So what is alkaline food? Any food that is not cooked is alkaline. Fruits, vegetables, milk, coconut water is the best alkaline, second best alkaline. So if you see the pH value of coconut will be somewhere like 7. So coconut water is very good. If you eat one coconut, take one coconut per day, within 30 months your ulcer, all this burning problem, everything will be solved. But that's like a direct attack. But we should also look at other alkaline foods like vegetables and all. Raw, whatever raw. 1 meal in a day we can have raw. 1 meal in a day we can have cooked food. 1 meal in a day we can have millet-based porridge, kanji. So coming back to the topic. So what to eat? You can eat anything that you want. Only thing is you have to eat when you're hungry, and there are a set of few things which I will tell. So eat only when we are hungry. Second thing, we can start the eating by a small prayer, thanking the God Almighty who has given us this food, thanking the farmer who has grown, because the farmer has to sweat on the field for us to get food on the plate. So just small thanks we can thank him. Person who has helped in transporting, person who has cooked, person who has served. This is general custom, at least in India. If you see our grandfathers, they always pray to the food before they start. So for us, we may think, what is this? Why is he praying to the food? Basically, this is the whole thing. So thanking the whole people who are always involved, because food is something that is going to go inside us and is going to make us what we are going to. Right? So a small thank doesn't harm anyone. If somebody is atheist and doesn't believe in God, at least you can thank the farmer, person. It's a gratitude. You may say, I have paid for it, right? I don't know, one day the human society will release that by paying money we cannot get food. So some effort is required to get that food on the table. So we can start with the prayer. And second thing, another very important thing for food to digest properly is now onwards. while eating, the thought should be only of the food. While eating, we should not think, okay, I have another meeting, what will I talk in the meeting, what will happen in that. While eating, that is the respect for the food. That's why we start with the prayer, so that the focus anywhere it gets cut and comes to the food. So that if you see in our thing we say prayers. So the meaning of the prayers will finally be that thank you food, thank you God. So we will come back to that. Thank you God for the food. So something like that will be the translation. So the other thoughts were disconnected and we come back to it. Eat peacefully. They should never have a conversation while eating also. But if you are sitting with a team and eating, there will be some conversation. So that fall in 80% category, 80% of the meal. 10 meal we will eat where there is no distraction. There is no TV which is running. There is no newspaper, right? So we will be working. When time comes for eating, we'll switch on the TV. So very, very bad, because mind, body, everything has to work for food to digest. So one may say, how is mind related to eating food? Because when mind works, that's when the eating process starts with the hand. That's very important. So spoon, our ancestors made to eat in hand, because we touch the food, we come to know what kind of temperature it is, what is its granularity, how much it has to grind. So all this is information. So I told there is intelligence of the body, not our intelligence. The body is making all this intelligent call. What is the temperature of the food? What is the texture of the food? How much I should grind? All this information is going just by touching the food. Next, we are seeing the food. So some food, when we see, we'll start salivating. Or we talk about it, we say jamun is somebody's favorite. We say gulab jamun, gulab jamun, gulab jamun. Keep on saying, we'll start salivating. So the mind starts working. Okay, this person is going to give gulab jamun, and it will start creating all that saliva. It's very, very practical. So you have to think of the food. Only then it will generate all that saliva. If I say it's gulab jamun, the body knows, okay, this is gulab jamun I have eaten. It has records. It's a very nice database, a pakka database. A very excellent data scientist have made that. So you eat gulab jamun, the name has registered, name gulab jamun, it contains sugar, it contains this. To digest this, I need to produce this kind of saliva. If I say chemo kumo, then nothing will come. Probably it might be a Chinese food. For Chinese, it will start salivating. Right? So once we eat chemo kumo, then for next time for us also it will start salivating. So think of the food is very important, because that's when it starts making those necessary salivative enzymes. Because digestion is important process. It starts with the hand. First stage, you touch the food, you feel the food, temperature of the food, the texture of the food, the spice of the food, then it goes. And the moment you say Andhra meals, people, water will start coming from the eyes. Right? So something like that. So think of the food, no other thoughts. Even if some thought is coming, disconnect and have. So one small technique which I have seen myself. So whatever thought is running in the mind, the moment you pick the food, just 1 second before you put it in the mouth, just blink your eyes, close your eyes and open. So when you open the eyes, the first thing you see is food. So whatever you thought, it comes back to the food. This is something that I try. So this we can do when we are doing the 10 meal, not when we are having with friends. Or unless friends are also in the same platform, then it is fine. Otherwise, they'll be thinking, why is he winking at me? It can lead into problems. So think of the food. So just 1 second, close your eyes and open, and then the focus comes back to the food. If you're already thinking of the food, then no need to do this 1 second. So think of the food so that proper saliva are generated in the body, which will help in digestion. Next, avoid drinking water 30 minutes before the meal, 30 minutes after the meal, or during the meal. Because this is a fire. Hunger is a fire. When we drink water, it puts off the fire. Puts off the fire, then gone your whole digestion thing. What like it, right? When the fire is there, food is there, it will digest. If you drink water and then the fire is already off, so digestion will not. So whatever little left out, it will try to do with that. This is another very important topic. This is point number 4, which I'm going to tell is the most important. You miss aage piche, before and after is fine. This is a very, very important point. This will affect you for 2 days. 2 days your jaw will pain. But if you do this, this is enough. Forget whatever I told before. Forget whatever I'm going to tell in the after this. Forget everything that every doctor has told. If you follow this one point, everything is done. No need to do any other thing at all. Chew it nicely, mix it with saliva, and lips closed. This is very important. So what happens is, food has to mix with saliva. So the digestion process starts there. So when the food is nicely mixed with saliva, the next stage of digestion becomes easier. If it is not mixed with saliva and it goes down, the fire in the stomach needs more in quantity to digest. So suppose we are not chewed properly, not mixed with saliva properly, and we have sent the food down. So more of the fire is required to make it. Suppose we have multi-course meal, sambar rice, curd rice, rasam, and tamarind rice, all that. So sambar rice itself has finished all the fire because saliva was not mixed properly. So body will not still give up on us. It will still use the entire fire and make that first sambar rice proper digestion. That's the reason we are still living and alive, because the body, some intelligence is there, right? So it is used the full fire and used it only for sambar rice. So whatever sambar rice we went was fine. Good calcium, good sodium, good this, that, everything is fine, done. Next time which you are sending does not have that fire. So that's where the things. So following this process, we can eat more and still lose weight, because the fat is automatically the body will remove, because it's getting good supply, good wheat, good salt, good sabjis. It is getting bad things, it will automatically start. So how to do that? Chew nicely and swallow it. So when it is going below the throat, it should just go as a liquid. Only mouth should know whether it is idli, dosa, vada, pongal, puri, or pizza, burger, sandwich. Below the throat, it should go just as a semi-liquid. Yeah, chutney, paste, liquid, totally grounded. Because who is having the grinding capacity? Teeth is having or somebody is having? Teeth is only having, the grinder is here, not in the stomach. So the grinder is here. Here we have to swallow it, chew it nicely. Doesn't matter. 2 days this jaw will pain. And you have to chew with lips closed. This is very important, because we have this very bad habit, especially Indians, of chewing with mouth open. You observe yourself. So air goes in between food and saliva, doesn't mix properly.
And it's a lot of gas, acidity problems there.
All because of this. Chew the lips, close the lips, close the lips and chew the food nicely, grind it. Below this, it should go as a paste. It will be difficult for 2 days. 2 days this jaw will pain. This 2 days pain, if we suffer and we come out of it, then we are done. No need of any other thing to be taken. Whatever food we eat, that will be good enough. Just grind, chew. 10 meals in a month at least. Every meal if you do, it is very good. So sometimes as a kids we used to not chew and swallow properly, and that will come out in the stool. That it will still be as a grain form only. So the whole process it went nowhere, it digested. It's as good as not eating at all.
Acknowledging what he is explaining. We would have experienced that. Yeah. Some things we don't like, our father, mother would have told. Of
course, it helps.
Okay.
So it doesn't get digested anywhere. Nothing from that body could extract. It just came out. So it's just as good as not eating. So chew nicely, mix with saliva. Anything. For the juice also you don't mix with saliva. Water, mix with saliva. Water is one thing which doesn't require saliva mixing, but still you can mix it. And feel the taste. When you are closing the mouth and chewing, feel the taste, because taste is energy. Whatever stomach does in 2 hours, tongue can do in 2 seconds. One example I'll give. A person is fully exhausted throughout the day, he was working, and then there was an emergency with his friend, so he did not eat throughout the day. At the night he goes to home and he is not even able to speak, and to his wife he is saying, give me food, just in action. He is not even having energy to open and say that give me food. So wife gives something and he starts eating. After eating 2 things, two morsels, he is telling salt is not there, this is not there. So as per logic, as per whatever you have studied till now, digestion will take 2 hours. It will digest here, stomach, everything will digest, and then you will get energy. Blood will get. But how after eating just 2 morsels we got energy? Because whatever the stomach does after 2 hours, taste, the tongue can do it in 2 seconds. Tongue is always hungry for taste. The moment you have put the taste, it has got that energy, and it will take that energy and it will transfer to all the organs. Lot of examples on this I can give. So if you see somebody who's drinking alcohol, so they'll try to take some pickle. I don't know, maybe I don't drink, so I don't know. So why is this? Because the alcohol that you drink is going to affect your kidney, and the taste that kidney is dependent on is this tangy taste. So people will get up and their eyes will be red. So all these things are related. Kidney, eyes, and the tangy taste are related. That's the reason you put something tangy, your eyes will close immediately. Why the eye does not close when you eat something salty or spicy or other opposites? Why it is getting only closed when you are eating tangy? Why it's not getting closed or blinking when we eat sweet? When we eat a raw mango or tamarind, our eyes close because it's all connected. Tongue is immediately contacting the eyes and telling this is your supply. The eye is dependent on tangy, and the kidney is dependent on the tangy. So people who drink, their kidneys get affected, their eyes will become red. All these are connected. It's a big session in itself. We'll take that. It's called as taste therapy. How each organ is dependent on one particular taste and one particular emotion. So when a person is fear, the water in the body will all connected. Will pass. Water will pass. So this way, each organ or set of organ and a taste and the emotion, all these are connected. So coming back, so chew nicely, mix with saliva, and eat. Lips closed. This is the most important thing. And if you do this, we will never get diabetes. Why we are getting diabetes? Because there is a bad, like we are giving an example of bad fat. So bad sugar is there in the body, and pancreas will check whether the sugar is formed in the proper formula. If it is not formed, it will not give that insulin. Only when the insulin is there, body will accept. Because it's the most important thing. Bad fat, body can still run for some time. Bad calcium, it can run for some time. Bad sugar, body cannot run, because each cell, each second requires three things. One is the sugar or glucose or whatever you call it, and oxygen and water. If these three things are not there, the cell will die. So sugar or glucose is the most important thing, the finest thing that happens in the body, and that should be good. So that pancreas will check. Of course, there's a big business running on that, how to make people diabetic and all that. Yeah. So the diabetics standard for a long time it was something like this, say 400. I'm just giving examples. Overnight they changed it to 300. So that overnight scales have changed, and overnight lakhs of people became diabetic, and they become consumers of this thing. Tablet, the dosage will increase. Correct. You take the medicine and you're diabetic. and yeah, they'll say diabetics cannot be cured, but we'll give you medicine lifelong. So what is this joke? If we cannot be cured, why the hell are you giving me medicine? Right? Simple things. That's a topic for another day. We will definitely discuss this diabetic.
This happens because we have outsourced our thinking
to the doctor.
Reasonings to the doctor. We never think what is happening. What
Correct.
do I do? We just, he is there. Let me go to him or her and we just explain. And we don't know to express.
And they are driven by their textbooks and by their bosses who sell them medicines.
The more ignorant we are,
True. So chew nicely, mix with saliva, close lips. Nothing else is required. Actually, nothing else is required. Everything else is an add-on. This is the foundation. If this foundation we screw up, then anything on top of this we build will be failure only. You may eat only millets, you may eat only fruits, you may eat only everything, but if the digestion process is not happening, if you're not chewing properly, then it is going to go as bad fat only. Of course, genetically modified food is a separate topic. That topic will not take it today. We'll just concentrate on. Let's assume they only spray pesticides. They're not gone for the genetically modified. That's a different topic, and it has to be addressed in a different. So whatever food we are getting, we mix with saliva. So saliva, we are talking about the pesticides, right? So saliva is so powerful. You can drink water mixed with bleaching powder, mixed with saliva. The body will remove that. It's such an antacid. I don't know, when we were kids, we were playing, some wheels fall down. So one of the kids will say, and if you get hurt, apply saliva. I never understood that time. I felt it, what is this disgusting thing. But that is such an antacid.
yeah, this is it's called Lala Rasa or something. Right? So for eyesight, right? They say apply on the eyeball or just a kajal, and it will improve the eyesight. It's actually this all proven. I was thinking Bhagavatta or somebody
So all these are there. So saliva is so powerful.
on marks and that go into songs. You don't need it.
Any kind of cream or anything. So such a such a thing is it is. So that can dissolve bleaching powder. What is this 5% pesticide used in fruits? No problem. Go ahead. Yeah. So the only thing is fruits. Just make sure it's like not genetically modified. And one simple technique I have to find whether a fruit is genetically modified or not. If you go to the fruit stall and you see all fruits are of the same color, same shape, same everything, as if it is coming from one factory is producing these things, then you know for sure that it is genetically modified. Because even one tree will not give same fruits. The fruits on the top will be different shape, the fruits on the bottom will be different shape, size, color, taste also will be different. Same tree will give different taste fruits also. To go to a stall which is having shape different, and actually you will find it interesting that will be cheaper than this. The ones which is looking all same is bad, but it will be costing you. For example, the oranges I stay in Shivaji Nagar, we have the Rasul market there. So they say, sir, Australia orange, sir, this, sir, that, sir, and it will be 120 rupees. So next shop, one guy will be selling, sir, Nati orange, and it will not look 20 rupees, 30 rupees. And that is the real orange. And that Nati orange, if you eat, all kinds of fat related things in the body will go. One small Nati orange if you take every day. So some people will have that fat, mole and all these things on the body. Eat that one Nati orange. So that's the thing. So like this is how my eating is. So if it's looking like a factory made, then they say okay, you keep it. Stay away. And those things have a larger shelf life.
Yeah.
These things have a larger shelf life, and they're cheap also.
It is proven right there. Australia orange. Kiwi fruit from
New Zealand.
Shelf life only.
One fruit is 100 rupees. Kiwi. You eat one banana that is more nutritious than this.
One NC mall, right? They have that Cosmo portion. 850, 950 and 1 kg oranges. The same oranges, I mean, everything was same. 50 rupees. And then there was one family. छोटा सा बच्चा था उन्हीं ले लेते हैं मैं क्यों ले लेते नहीं महंगा लग रहा बढ़िया
That's what they want us to think. That's what they want us to think.
That they have created, right?
महंगा है अच्छा होगा.
Branding that they have done. People think that you pay more, you get good.
That's not true.
Reebok, Nike and all that. Initial days when they were thing, people were going there because it's a branded stuff and costly, so it will have value. It's really hard. But now you see, it's because of outsourcing all this thing. It's all the same.
It's all made here. Arvind, all Arvind Mills. All the things in New York, US Polo, everything gets made here in Tamil Nadu, Tirupur. Comes to Bangalore, gets a label and goes to US, gets one more label and comes back. Not India, not in India. Throughout the world, 70% of the jeans is produced by Arvind. Throughout the world.
You can see the same content at one factory as well as some other.
So, anyways, how you market it? So, how you sell a 500 rupees jeans to 5,000? That's what it is. Same applies to it. Next thing is eat with folded legs. Either you can sit on the floor with folded legs or sit on a chair with folded legs. Advantage of this is blood flow will be more towards the upper part of the body where it is required for digestion. While sitting in this chair is a very, very, very bad position to sit. While walking, yes, more blood is required on the legs. While running, yes. But while sitting, this is the worst position to sit. Because the blood flow is on the legs where it is not required. Legs are not running away with the chair. Legs are there. So best position to sit as itself is with legs folded. Cross legs. So the blood flow is to the upper part of the body where it is more required. And even more when we are eating. So that's the reason we used to sit on the floor and eat. Those kind of cultures came with that.
More whenever I sit cross-legged on the floor, right? Somehow I get to eat more.
Correct. At ease we are. At ease.
You take the statistics also. People who sit like this and people who sit cross-legged.
They will live longer.
Old people. Like you can take, normally you can take Indians and Westerners. They are used to this kind of people. And we are having used to this kind of people. So you can take the statistics and see those people have issues
Health, because blood flow is there when it is not good. So all the essential organs are above the waist. So they're not getting the right supply of blood.
This particular generation of 30s to 50s is the most good of one.
Good of one.
Neither here nor there.
At least
Question come out for the style question.
Correct. And that's a very bad way of pass. So for that, what I have done is I have kept a small table in front of that, and I use a wrestling support, but I use it to support the legs. Okay.
I had to argue with my Indian contractor to get an Indian. I told him boss, I want this. He said, sir,
nobody.
That was true. In fact, I had to go searching for shopping. I had to go and
It is not available.
and even I didn't get the bigger one actually.
Like it's not there in their factory only. They're not producing it.
That's what they have now.
And actually, that is more hygienic than the Western side.
Yeah, absolutely.
So eat with legs folded. So the blood supply is more to the upper part of the body. Okay. So for the upper part of the body, and any physical exercise, it's 2. So I will finish another 5 minutes. Blood flow is more to the upper part of the body, and after a meal you should not do any physical exercise. At least this we know, somewhere it came in our thing. But after the meal you should not run or do any physical.
Technically, everybody does that.
Which is wrong. That's
not
not
a
good.
good thing.
Because the blood is required to digest, not for the limbs where it is doing. Correct. Eat tasty food, whatever your tongue is asking. Tongue is the best doctor. Tongue is the best dietitian in the world. And there are 6 tastes. Each whichever taste you like. Some taste you don't like, your body doesn't eat. But it should not be a mental block. It should not be a mental block that I don't like Karela. That's a mental block in the mind. So eat it. Yesterday you did not like it. Today you may like it because today your body may need it. So eat it and
Say don't stick on to 1 or 2 days. Try all the days.
eat all the taste. Whatever you like, continue to eat.
Colors is very important, right? So have different colors. They have their characters.
And one more point is, the Indian custom is always that somebody is serving and the other people are eating. Even though in the family meal, not everybody will sit together, because when the mother is sitting, she'll always, after 5 minutes if you ask, she'll tell, okay, this person has taken rasam 2 times. This person did not take sambar. That person. So her concentration is always like, who's eating what, like that, and she's never concentrated on her own food. So to avoid this was, some people of the family will eat, others will serve, then they'll switch. So this way the focus is on the food. So with this we'll stop. Of course, this is a very big topic. It will keep going. So the main takeout for today is chew the food nicely, mix with saliva, close mouth, and feel the taste of the food. So when you feel the taste of the food, you'll start appreciating it. Till now you are swallowing it, right? So the guy who can taste is the tongue, not the stomach. That is the guy who can taste. So give him that job of tasting. Feel the taste of it. Once the taste is completely gone, then you swallow. So then you'll start appreciating the cook. Oh, today's food is nice. It was the same thing all these days, but today I learned how to eat. That's the difference.
Now, see, the other thing, what happens is
It's not about less.
queuing. See,
Correct.
the food to settle.
Yes,
So
I'll add one more point after you.
Yeah.
No, then you finish.
It's a very simple way of controlling or avoiding excess eating. Because it needs some time for the switch to
Correct.
engage. So
There is a switch. I'll tell you what it is. So eating excess is bad because the fire is gone out and then you are putting the food. So eating excess is bad. Eating less or very less is also bad because there is a fire and it doesn't have food, so it will start damaging your stomach. So how to know what is the right quantity? There are burps through which we can come to know it is the right quantity. There are 3 types of burps. Till now we have experienced only 2. One is when we eat something very stale, we'll get one kind of a very bad smelling burp. That is one. Second, when we are very, very hungry, that time we will get one burp. These are only 2 things we are experienced till now. Or once we are eating very too much, you get one burp. That is wrong. There is one more burp, which is very different of all these things. The feel itself is different. So this burp will happen when you eat with these lips closed and chew nicely and finish your meal. By the time you wash your hand, you will get a burp, which is very different from whatever we have experienced till now. It's a very different burp. It's a very, very small burp, and it will come by the time you finish your meal or maximum by the time you are washing your hands. The burp is an indication that this is the right quantity. So some people say in the food you have put the plate, you should finish it. Nothing will go waste. Nothing in this world is waste. So that food you can always give it, put it for some crow and animal, something. If you eat that waste, we will become waste. So otherwise you'll put that in garbage. If you're not putting in that garbage and you're loading yourself, then you'll become that garbage.
Even BBMC realized this. Nothing is waste has value.
So we are thinking that waste and we are loading it and then we are in the problem. So any people on the phone, we can take quick 1 or 2 questions and then we can wind up. And meanwhile, people in the floor have got the samples. We can just check it. So this is the gingerly oil. So people on the phone, any questions, concerns? One person was telling that 1 to 2 is not a good time, but some people are telling 1 to 2. Cooking everything. That is
No. You use it for cooking. You can consume it. Even for dosa and all, you can put with it.
For cold, you said there is some technique, right? So